Alright, welcome to day 80 of the Vera Series, and it is Procrastinator Day, and we have a few things that we need to prepare because patch 2.4 comes out later this week. But starting out, there is no level increase, and I don't believe we're going to get one until patch 2.5. Next, you want to go to your artificial island, and you want to go back to building, and you want to hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, don't forget to clear out your exchange store, and you want to make sure you kill your enemies for the week because they reset tomorrow. And for my free-to-plays, I recommend that you do start fishing because we should be getting standard matrices added to the fish store. But for the people that don't have a lot of time to fish, this is my recommendation. Try to buy at least 100 to 150 green bait, fish that up. That should get you to the level to where you can buy purple bait. Then you can just keep buying anchovy bait. That way at least you have some good bait once you do decide to start fishing and you don't waste your available bait for the week. Next, you want to do your maid's kitchen, and then you want to knock out your 4 bounties for the day. And I'm going to go with Vera because in the upcoming patch, we're going to need some materials from Vera for our appointed research. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Racer's chest, a Huma and a Samir matrix, Shoulder's helm, a Coco and a Shiro matrix, Boots belt and a Zero matrix. We can do Sadness Valley, the in-game, Carnival Party, and Pursuit of Fate. So these are all really good dungeons, but I do recommend that you do the level 90 dungeon so that way you get better drop rates. Next, we have Interstellar Exploration. And you want to check Vera as well as check Aspera so that way you can see all of your Stargates. And how you can tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is if this weapon battery category has a number 3 is a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2 is a level 2 Stargate. And if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. And if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. And if you're pressed for time, you could make Omnium Beacons, but one thing to note is that Omnium Beacons are going away in patch 2.4. So if you have been saving these and you're not max level, you want to make sure you lay these down before patch 2.4 starts, because from what I hear, these just go away and you do get the weapon materials, but you won't get the experience. Which brings us to our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the claw machine, or knock out your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones, and if you have not already, do your 6 Greyspace fishers, but the biggest rewards are in the Twilight zone, but you do have an 8-hour time limit, but you most likely want to try to get these done before patch 2.4. And don't forget, the month is ending soon, so you want to make sure that you do your racing so that way you can get that 400 Mira. And with it being Procrastinator Day, you want to make sure you do your Security Force missions so that way you can get those old Vera coins and Mira. Next, you want to go to your missions tab, click on an item and click use. Because remember, you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy and you get 5 free energy a day, and you do not want this to cap. But if you enjoy these guys, I would greatly appreciate a like so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we have our events. We have 3 days left of the supply run, so you want to make sure you logged in enough time so that way you got all 3 rewards. We have the racing event, Sandsea Cyclone. Personally, I don't care for this event, but today we should have enough points to where we can clear out the whole store. Then we have the Open Sesame event, to where essentially if you just do your daily activities, you have a chance to maybe get some good rewards. And for the people that are interested in doing a fresh start server, on March 30th, when patch 2.4 comes out, they're going to be opening up 2 new servers. And for the people that make characters on the 2 new servers, they get the rewards below. On day 4, they get 5 red nucleus and 5 gold nucleus, and on day 8, they get 5 special vouchers, 5 proof of purchases, and a free visor. Sadly, for the rest of us, it looks like it's just a login event to where on the last day, we get 2 golden gear selector boxes. Then we got the weekly tab. You want to make sure you do enough things down here so that way you can get everything up top. And now for some warnings. Clare Dream machines. It seems in patch 2.4, they're updating Clare Dream machines to where we're only going to be able to get 3 instead of our normal 7, but we are going to be getting better rewards. To be on the safe side, you might not want to try to spawn your Clare Dream machines until patch 2.4, which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up. But starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So while I'm here, I want to go ahead and mention the next warning, our Sequential Phantasm. It is changing in patch 2.4. So you might want to do your Sequential Phantasm early so that way you can collect these rewards, because once patch 2.4 comes out, this is going to be completely revamped with a whole new set of rewards, to where it's going to be more of a seasonal thing instead of a weekly thing. But besides that, mainly you want to take a look at this weapon bonus, and if you have a good weapon bonus, then you might want to do this sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you're able to get get a high score here, most likely you're going to get the top rewards for the week. And for me, as usual, I'm waiting to Procrastinator Day to do this, but it looks like most of the people in my bracket are doing the same. So it's going to be an interesting evening. The Critical Abyss. Now this is optional content, but you can do it so that way you can get clusters. Origin of War. We are now in our lowest difficulty, so you want to make sure you clear all 25 levels before the month ends. So basically before patch 2.4. Void Risk. Now if you used up all of your attempts, you want to make sure that you don't use any attempts next week, because Friday, which is April 1st, we should have 3 attempts to where Void Abyss resets, and you want to try to have those attempts so that way you can get some free energy when doing the next Void Abyss. And speaking of Void Abyss, you have until Thursday this upcoming week to clear it. This is the tech that I currently use, but again, I am a tank, but still, I recommend that everyone try to get Electron Halo, and if you are dying a lot, use Mechanical Core. Wormhole, we got 2 days left to complete this so that we can get that extra energy crystal dust. Raids, you want to make sure you do these last 2 on Heroic, and you do Battle Test Area on Heroic. But while I'm here, I do want to give another warning. Tomorrow, our raids will reset since it's Monday, and in patch 2.4, we're going to be getting a new raid. So you might want to try to save all of your raid attempts until patch 2.4 comes out. Frontier Clash, you want to go ahead and knock out all of your attempts in case you get a bat resist next week. Break from Destiny, the month is ending, so you want to make sure you do this at least 1 time so that we can get those 250 Dark Crystals. Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to Shop, Hot, and then buy your 2 Vitality Solutions. Now this is only if you can afford it, but again, I do recommend that you try to buy your Advanced Modules and your Booster Modules for the week, which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust Store. So you want to make sure you buy your Advanced Modules, your Booster Modules, and your very special gift for the week. And if you have an 8.5 Suppressor, I recommend that you buy the Potent Omnium Crystal 2 because we should be getting another Suppressor level in patch 2.4. Space-Time Store. Now you want to make sure you buy your Booster Modules, your Advanced Modules, and your Data Repeater for the week. And you might also want to try to save your Space-Time Crystal Fragments because we should be getting some extra stuff added to the Space-Time Store. Cruise Store. Now the only thing I recommend that you spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are either Omnium Shield or Space-Time Rift. And if you have both of those, then you can get a Drone level 3, and then if you have all of that, then I recommend that you get the Hologram Projector. Support Store. You want to make sure you buy your Gold, your Space-Time Crystal Fragments, and your Space-Time Crystal Dust. And if you do have enough support points, you might even want to buy your Black Nucleus. And when it comes to return support points, I recommend that you buy the Space-Time Crystal Fragments, the Gold Nucleus, and the Proof of Purchase. If you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point Store. Now the only thing that you want to use your points on are for a spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or Sea Island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. When it comes to your Critical Abyss points, you could always buy clusters. But besides that, I just recommend that you finish exploring the map, so that way you can fully explore patch 2.4, because we're going to be going to a whole nother area, and you don't really want to kind of go back and explore other things. And a few final announcements. Videos may be a little slow on the channel this upcoming week. I plan to release a patch 2.4 preview tomorrow, and I'm currently working on the lawn video, which that should come out once the patch is released. And of course, Thursday patch 2.4 is out, so I will be playing that, but I also got invited to the Blue Protocol beta. So on March 31st, I'm going to be playing that as well. So the weekend for me will be pretty packed, but I do plan on making videos talking about my experience playing patch 2.4 and Blue Protocol, but I may not be able to get those out until next week. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to check out my Tion Rose, but other than that, talk with you guys later.